Not a lot going on here today. Had kind of a fairly pleasant day. Nothing urgent, nothing that was out of the ordinary with any of the issues on PCs. It was all pretty simple stuff, so that was good. Kind of needed that. Got a couple more built today that I got to take down Monday for a client. So that's all done. Just got them on the bench here. I'm going to let them run over the weekend, make sure there's no issues with them. And I guess late Sunday night I'll put them back in the boxes and ready to take down there. Something else I was going to say. Oh yeah, Jerry. Yeah, the swear. I fixed that. I slid up the band and fixed that. So hopefully that's corrected. And you don't have to call me swear anymore. Or swear at me, I should say. So, yep, we're on the Herpes Light Complex Syndrome 2 STD device. STD for, what did I come up with? Super transceiver device. First I said superior transmitting device, but I think super transceiver device fits better, especially for the price. Light Complex we're on that device. Of course, the little LD mod. That's been doing really, really well. Been very happy with the LD mod. Actually, this whole combination I've been really happy with. It's been working quite well. First I said I'll send it over to Mr. south of the border, and some fine authentic Mexican food. I guess Grubhub will deliver, Dave, south of the border. Maybe not. I certainly don't want any taco hell. Over to you, W9AD, N8SCR.
They ain't got no stinking Taco Bell down here. Whiskey 9 Alpha Delta, otherwise known as XAW9AD, south of the border. Yeah, they've got Uber Eats and a couple of other independent, I don't know if they're independent, probably Mexican-based food delivery services all over the place, but they're not in cars, they're on motorcycles. For instance, the Domino's Pizza and all that down here, they've got like 12 motorcycles parked out in front of that place. Now, so that seems like it would be quite a liability issue in the United States, but down here, they don't worry about no stinking liability. Even if you were Carlos Slim, he's richer than Bezos and all of them people. If he ran over somebody driving his car, his liability would be about the equivalent of $250,000 US. Not in our country, if you ran over somebody, they'd go for billions. Yeah. Can't do that down here. Let's see. RXC Joe. That's who you're going to have to turn it to, Robert. You're sounding fine. Joe, you were doing a good signal into Barrington, Illinois, but I'm in the middle of Mexico right at the moment. Laptop, the rig down here is an XPS-13 laptop. I don't know the microphone is just somewhere in the screen. I'm just like yelling at the screen because I don't even know where the mic is. I put the EFO in there, Rick. I got it on 4 computer. You got 10. It'll be fine. It can take me a little while to get efficient and understand all the ins and outs, but it's working, so thank you for that. That deal there. And Tim, you're doing good on the DIY box. And sounding fine business. So we'll get it over to Robert there. And you'll have to send it down to Steve Joe there. I think that's the rotation, but I'm not quite sure. I'm just going to send her for one more. Robert, go ahead. Pick it up. W9AD, south of the border. Internet's remote.
Okay there, Dave. W9 Alpha David and the crew, W0, that's a nice job. Yeah, boy, you're hanging down there a good long time there, Dave, of all the years that you could have snuck by with some decent weather up here, I guess. But, man, it's been unbelievable. We just got our first major snowfall this last weekend, and it pretty much looks like pretty much melted already. One time I had to get my driveway plowed. I'll take it. Well, everybody's sounding quite choice, of course. They got a lot of fine faces out here. When I tuned in, I heard Joe talking about the Albuquerque Mets, and I'm not sure if he made it out to that or not, but hopefully he'll play it here one more. And Tim sounded quite nice. Jerry mowing grass. Well, I tell you, I'm hoping I don't have to do that for a little while yet. I'll see if the old Craftsman is going to fire up. You know how many years I've been threatening to get another one. It just might be the year. We shall see. There's a couple acres out there. It's getting a little long in the tooth to keep me from having to halfway rebuild it every time I go out there to use it. Let me see. And who else? Oh, Rick, you're sounding good. Yeah, no doubt. The Hermes Ralph Lake with the DK Alpha doing decent technical for sure. So, well, we just a little pre-dinner chat. Mexican seems like it's on the menu. Dave, I guarantee you, one of these days when I take the little sidebar, you'll have to tell me the big difference between what they have down there, the true authentic food versus here's a burger call, it never fails. Let's see, I'll call you right back. And what's the run-of-the-mill stuff up here that I guess what we really think is Mexican food is probably so far off. But I'm sure there's a somewhat happy medium we can find somewhere. But I don't like things hot, so you count me out there. All right, let's see. Joe, if you're with us, pick it up. And for RHV, if not, it will be the next one after Joe. Robert here. Stateside Wisconsin, W0, Victor Mike Charles.
Okay. Well, good deal indeed, Robert. Just banging down into central Georgia. Wonderful conditions. I will be getting ready for the Albuquerque boat anchor here in just a few minutes. Usually at 8:30 we have the pre-net, and I try to get in there somewhere between 8 and 8:30 and try to wiggle aside a little spot. The folks on 7200, of course, they're quite the crowd. They we won't go into that. But boy, what a crowd in here, man. Jerry and Tim and Dave and Rick, and now you, Robert. Again, don't know if Ralph made it. That was KB8BKA. Had a nice signal into central Georgia. I think he did pop down and then went to the side and had some other things, and so I don't know if he's going to join us or not. But welcome back if you do there, Ralph. I'm going to do a one and done, I guess. It'll be at 8 o'clock here in a few minutes, so I'm going to get all my paperwork down here ready to start capturing the folks that we normally look for. I didn't miss out on a chance to swing the antenna. Tim came in there, WA1HLR, and I got a signal up to him, but he went to go make burritos or tacos or I don't know what he said he microwaved. But he said he had to clean up after himself. But so by the time he got back in here, 30 minutes later, I'm sure that the band conditions had changed some. But I've got it swung back around to the feed point over to the southwest here now. So I'm not feeding that. I do need to work on one more pole there. I thought my son was going to come by sometime this week, but he's managed to do a lot of gardening, so he's been putting potatoes in the ground, potato eyes, and cutting them up. He learned how to do all that, I suppose, this year and this week. Hello there, Mr. Dave on the remote, W9AD. I think I got that right. Rick and Tim and Jerry and Ralph, Robert, y'all are just all coming in here quite nice. I wasn't sure who Tim HLR was talking to. K1 KW, maybe Greg, I think is what he said, but I didn't get a chance to hear. And then he left, and so I didn't get just wanted to give a quick shot at it. I thought I'd turn the radio on and just kind of listen. And then I said, well, this will be one chance I get. When it gets too late, it seems like all during the night from, I guess, about 6:30 or 7 o'clock till about 9 o'clock, things just kind of continuously change. So, and Tim is, I think, about as further to the east as it goes, especially as far up north as it goes. He's probably further north than anybody, and of course furthest east of any of y'all. I don't know about the New Jersey. I don't know if New Jersey is about the same. It's not as far over, but it's up the Appalachian Trail. So as far as an arrow from central Georgia to Maine, I don't think there's anybody further to the right or to the east of it. But anyway. Anyway, I think that's all I had. But good to hear y'all in there. Y'all, again, beautiful signals down in the central Georgia. Everybody's sounding great. So I think it was, I heard Dave. I don't guess I heard Rick. So I think Rick would give it to Tim. So if I'm right, Rick, N8SDR, you might just be next. N4, RXC, Joe in Georgia. I'm going to be listening, but fiddling. We're clear.
Yeah, good evening, Joe. It goes to Tim.
Okie doke. Go ahead, Tim.
I think he said his pizza was here.
I thought you said they were making pizzas there.
Well, I'll go ahead and take it because I think he gave it to me. We'll just go pick him up on the next round. Yeah, he may be busy with the family there. Don't get too much dinner. And hello, Robert. Good to hear you. Snow, you said? Just recently? Boy, man. We're springtime here, so no, I felt pretty good. Of course, it's almost April. We've had snow in April, but it doesn't stay. But it's always possible. But it doesn't look like the extended forecast show anything like that. I'm not sure till next week. We may not have much rain coming. I get in that position. Some locations already crying for rain for the farmers, so what's going to happen? Normally it's just continuous rain from now through May, but I guess it's not April yet, so the April showers haven't made it here. But it was kind of nice to get the old mower out. Yeah, the oak craftsman, man. I think I bought a zero turn. I still have the Ingersoll, but I'm gonna get that pump fixed and then probably put it up for sale. I got one of those Ferris with the shocks on it, Robert, and the suspension seat and all that. It had 1,400 hours on it, but those things are so well built, for commercial wise. That's just fine. I'm gonna have to. I think the carburetor's got a little surging to it. I'll overhaul it, but other than that, put the oil packs, the armatures on there, and it's cleaned all that stuff off. Looked like those hadn't been done in a while. There was pretty kind of amount of rusted stuff on that magnet, but running top shape runs well. I think a couple of bearings, I think, on the one caster. A little stiff, so when I make a turn, it's digging in the yard. I'm going to take care of that. Moving that, turning that, spinning that wheel, it's kind of stiff. But, no, it's quite nice. I try to find you something like that, or just when they're selling their equipment to find it, just buy one of those. I only put about 50 hours a year on a mower. Of course, I only have an acre here. It takes me about 40 minutes, 45 to mow it. Here, but yeah, band's in nice condition otherwise. Over to you, Rick, and I think it was your direction. Yeah, I think Ralph, I can't remember his call now. I think he was stepping off to do something. I'm going to try to make it back, but I figured he'd pop in when he comes back. Go ahead, Rick, NASPR, KUNU.
Alrighty. Yeah, I was trying to drag the foot there and a little bit, see if he popped in. Joe, if you're still listening, have a great evening, and catch you maybe tomorrow at some point. And Tim, I'm sure you got the radio on and listening in the background, and I'm sure we'll catch you tomorrow maybe if you get a chance to get in there. Yeah, everybody's sounding good here. Robert's sounding good. Dave's blasting in here. Jerry, you're blasting in here. Joe was actually 30 over here a couple times, 30, 35 over. That's the strongest I've seen Joe here in a while. I'm sure we'll catch you tomorrow maybe. Band's in good shape. And everybody sounds marvelous. I'll hang in here for a little bit. I am gonna, after I make this one, go and take the doggy outside for a trip real quick. He's up here sleeping, but I'm gonna wake him up. I gotta go down and I gotta make me a trip anyway, so I might as well get him out there while I'm doing my thing. That way I can avoid the having to get back up and go down again. Jerry, I finally had it today and decided that the stupidity complex of the Facebook groups I could no longer take. I had my fun, had my laughs, and certainly been kicked out of enough of them. But I decided I would narrow it down to just a couple groups. So I left the herpes group and I left the sun group. Of course, the sun group, they the funny thing there is they a while back a bunch of them got together and tried to get me thrown out of there, and more of them got together and said no, we want him here. It was quite amusing. I figured that I'd just back off of that whole thing and spend my time on other stuff that I probably should be anyway, so no more stupid comments on 3630 for the morning group, I guess, unless somebody decides to become a knucklehead and give me something to chuckle over. I'm sure something will fall in my lap. And I got to get the grass cut here. I should have did it the other day, but it was still a little bit soggy out, and I was hoping it would dry out. And today it was trying to get some work stuff cut up. Figured I'd do it over the weekend, but as I said, it's going to rain here, so that's kind of not going to work. I might get a chance to tomorrow if I can get doesn't take long to cut it here. I got hardly any yard to really cut, so if I get an hour or so tomorrow, I can knock that out. Be done with it. Guess I better put the batteries on the charger tonight. The dang electric mower. That thing's worked out great, though. I've been very impressed with that electric mower that I bought. I've had it a few years now and has not given me any issues at all. Don't have to change a oil or spark plug or put gas in it or air filter or any of that stuff, so it's worked out. Just slap the batteries on the charger for a few hours, and that gives me enough run time here to get mine done and my neighbor's done if I want to. And a little more, I pop one of the extra batteries out of the mower. Will take two of them. It'll fall over to the second battery if the first one gets down below voltage. But if I cut my neighbor's yard, I still usually have enough with the battery popping it out of there and slapping it in the weed eater to get both yards weed eated too, so works out pretty decent. And I actually cut his grass once in a while because he is the one that let me put the long wire over his yard. And usually by the time he gets home, it starts to get dusk or dark out anyways, and he ends up having to do it on the weekend, so I don't mind. Doesn't take that much longer to knock his out, keep him happy, and keep my antenna up. I think that's the fair trade. W9AD and 8SDR.
AC9QJE, I'm back.
Oh, there you are, slacker boy.
All right, back. Wow, too. Yeah, the stands all over the place, W9AD, all over the Meantime Forum, Jerry was
Radio station AFL.
he was being all over the bell a lot more than
Standing by.
normal. With strong signal ran down to a little bit of noise mixed in with them and stuff, so it's certainly doing okay now, but I'm not going to stay around too long because I got to try to get my normal computer. That's the one I'm on now. There's another one I'm on that does the emails and the audio recording and clips and everything. So we got a guy at the house who's doing a few things, and I got to call him and get him to reboot that thing. Well, I got to figure out what's wrong with my internet accessible device. It's not working. It's not internet booting, so I'm not booting. About it. And everybody sounds quite fine. And I don't do any more lawn cutting. We got to do it around the house. About 3 acres around the house, and we probably do it. These people do it in the snow. If you don't stop them at the end of the year, they just keep going all the way up to Christmas. So they're going to probably want to start pretty soon, because when I look at the cameras around, things are definitely grading up. I used to do the pastures out there, but I didn't do it frequently enough because, I kind of waited until it turned into a harvest of shame. Whenever I get on the mower, I hear that Aaron Copland song they played the CBS report. CBS report, harvest of shame. That's sort of kind of rolling through my head because, stuff was about, grass was like 2 feet tall, 2.5, 3 feet tall, and we were a mowing was a harvest of shame. I like mowing anyway, so. We've got a really dear motor there. I bought from a neighbor when he left, and that thing just kept going on. At least it was capable of going through a harvest like that, which at a wheel horse years ago, and that thing wouldn't have done a harvest of shame like that. Good to hear everybody in there. 73s. And headed over to my buddy Robert there. We've been down here a long time. Last year we were here almost the same length of time. We used to come down for Day of the Dead and then spend about a month and then come back for Christmas and then come back down here in January. We stopped that. We just stay down here. In fact, Christmas down here is really pretty neat. So probably needed to be back there, but no. There's nothing going on there anyway, so. WNBMC, over to Robert, Whiskey 9 Alpha Delta, and the fine business food listening out on the radio, WNAD.
Okay there, Dave. Yeah, great signal. From south of the border, W9 Alpha David, welcome back, Tim, and the rest of the crew, W0 Victor Mike Charlie. Yeah, man, I tell you. You might as well enjoy it down there, Dave. But you probably got a PhD in doing that by now. All little hot spots. And boy, you guys, your county been doing that many years now. many years. So, congrats, man. On the good life. As far as cutting that grass, yeah, well, Dave, you got some pretty decent grass. I mean, it's not like country. It's like outskirts suburbia, big big lot and decent grass. Once you get out here to where I'm at, it's called rural. And my grass cutting is basically keeping the weeds level. You know, before I cut it, there might be some wildflowers in there. You know, it's hard to get a manicured lawn in this part of the country, that's for sure. So when you get to the moors, you know, it has to be rugged enough. Really, it's a garden tractor. It can't be a rider. It's got to be something a little heavier than that. And you're catching the gopher mounds, the occasional rock that they pull up from underneath the soil in that mound. You know, you're going to hit that. And nothing's really level, you know, like I think golf course would be an exaggeration, but it's tough, man. It's tough on a mountain. Now, Rick, the electric is something I'm real excited about. I'm not sure if yours is like a riding more, or I'm not sure the size of your lawn, but that would be great, you know. I'm getting kind of fascinated with some of the electric vehicles and his battery technology, you know, advances. Like from the lithium-ion now to the solid-state batteries, which charge a whole lot faster, they last longer, a little heavier. Don't get as hot because you don't have a liquid medium internally, and they get that down pat. Man, for cars, yeah, it's just an exciting time, you know. It's around long enough to really see the pinnacle of our technology, for sure. That's something to think about. And my buddy Jerry, you know, Jerry, every year you give me the rendition of that fine machinery you got over there. I even think I've seen a piece or two upon a visit. And so you got the suspension on a modified zero turn. I think they said you had a zero turn you're selling. But I remember that serious walk behind or stand behind one you had sold. That was a pretty hefty duty piece of equipment. So you guys know Jerry. If it's mechanical, stuff like that, it's going to be top notch. Meanwhile, I think the weld on my Craftsman on the seat broke. I went to make a little turn there. It told me, well, you might have to bite the dust here, or in this case, the grass. Oh man, it's something else. But we'll see what this year brings. Yeah. Joe 73 is to you, and let me get Tim in here. He would be on deck. And Tim, what are you doing for grass over there, man? What are you for a lawnmower? You know?